the public had better start thinking about adopting some of these renewable and sustainable energy technologies. Our ultimate goal is to convince the public that we do have an energy crisis. My name is Nick Floor. I'm an associate professor of information systems, and I'm director of the RAVE Lab, which is short for Reality Augmented Virtual Environments. So what we have at UNM is this National Science Foundation grant, and it's one of the biggest grants here at UNM. It's $1.7 million.
So National Science Foundation is one of the funding agencies that awards funding for research projects, for really groundbreaking research projects. In our case, we were awarded this very prestigious award to investigate multiple aspects of energy. So starting with renewable energy devices, how to actually make them, novel new ideas, and all of the way to how to deliver the message of renewable energy to general public.
The grant is called SEPTET, and it's short for Sustainable Energy Pathways Through Education and Teaching. The SEPTET grant is multidisciplinary, so we have the College of Engineering participating, and they're building what's known as energy harvesters. And both Fine Arts is also involved, and the Anderson School of Management.
My research has really been about how much oil, natural gas, and coal that we have left. With our estimates, we've determined that there's about 24 years left of oil and 92 years left of natural gas. This is a big issue because when we run out, we need to have the backup plans. And although 92 years seems like a lot at this point, we need to start investing in the renewable energy and researching it now because it will take us several years to find a good backup.
The problem we face is we have these technologies like solar cells and energy harvesters, technologies that currently are either too expensive for users to adopt into their homes, or that, in our case, the energy harvester, it doesn't even exist. So we have a number of projects in our lab. The first is the virtual energy world. In this virtual world, we can experiment with these renewable and sustainable technologies that are too expensive to implement in the real world. What we plan to do with this virtual energy world is use it as an educational tool. We're going to give it to high schools, we're going to give it to colleges, and we're going to have groups of students all in charge of a house and managing the renewable and sustainable energy sources in this house. The RAVE Lab collaborates with other projects on campus. So one project was headed up by Dr. Olga Lavrova in engineering. This project was called SHADE, and they built an actual solar house, they being engineering, architecture, and students from Arizona State University.
We have built and competed in the Solar Decathlon competition. It stands from DECA, meaning 10 competitions, 10 different categories where you compete. We competed with 19 other teams, other university teams.
And we helped them promote this house. We made a 3D animated video that showed the key features of the house.
After the competition, the house came to New Mexico, and now the house is here at Mesa del Sol, participating in the smart grid experiments.
At the end of this project, we want to make people aware that there is an energy crisis and aware of what their options are.
So this grant is more important than a usual research grant where researchers sit in their labs and do their little experiments. This grant was intentionally taking scientists out of the lab and making them interact with social studies professors and social studies students and animation and design students.
You know, understanding that our natural resources aren't going to last forever and that future generations are going to be impacted by this, we need to start investing in this renewable energy now.
As we start approaching the end of our fossil fuel supply, what you're going to see is wild fluctuations in the prices of gas.
We want students and younger generations to understand what's going to happen in the future with our energy and being able to get them involved with the virtual energy world and playing a game where they can start to realize how energy is used we can get them more excited about learning about energy and possibly getting into these fields in the future to invest in and research renewable energy.